Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. We're on lesson 131 of Course in Miracles workbook. Today's lesson is No One Can Fail Who Seeks to Reach the Truth. Boom! Just the title alone. No one can fail, because when you're doing these workbook lessons and you're getting triggered like a mofo and your ego is just like, oh yeah, I got this girl, I got this boy, exactly where I want him. You need to know that even though it feels like one step forward, three steps back, your intention, your desire, you are not failing. You want to see the truth, you will seek, you will find the truth 100%. God wants us to know any inch forward, centimeter forward in removing the blocks, becoming one, united with our Creator, you cannot fail. And it will feel like many failures, because the ego just gets completely riled up when you start to do work like this. I mean, really, it's just like cat in a bathtub. So do not fret. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Here we go. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals that cannot be achieved. You look for permanence in the impermanent, for love where there is none, for safety in the midst of danger, immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Who could succeed where contradiction is the setting of his searching and the place to which he comes to find stability? Goals that are meaningless are not attained. There is no way to reach them, for the means by which you strive for them are meaningless as they are. Who can use such senseless means and hope through them to gain in anything? Where can they lead? And what could they achieve that offers any hope of being real? Pursuit of the imagined leads to death, because it is the search for nothingness. And while you seek for life, you ask for death. You look for safety and security, while in your heart you pray for danger and protection for the little dream you made. Yet searching is inevitable here. For this you came, and you will surely do the thing you came for. But the world cannot dictate the goal for which you search, unless you give it power to do so. I mean, that's it. We set our own goals thinking that this is what we are in search for. The money, the job title, the perfect relationship, the perfect house, the perfect car, the perfect pet, the perfect blah, 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 right? So the more power we give to those things, we're really going to be like just chasing our tail. Because as we all know, those things just do not give us the truth. That's why we're always wanting more. We are never satisfied. Never satisfied. Sorry, my nose just started running all of a sudden. Okay, here we go. Otherwise, you still are free to choose a goal that lies beyond the world and every worldly thought, and one that comes to you from an idea relinquished yet remembered, old yet new, an echo of a heritage forgot, yet holding everything you really want. Be glad that search you must. Be glad as well to learn you search for heaven and must find the goal you really want. No one can fail to want this goal and reach it in the end. There is no failure when you set your sights on heaven here on earth, and that is removing the blocks of love that you are. It is seeing your light within, being aware, experiencing the light within, which means you will experience the light in the world. Your perception will have been adjusted to truth. You cannot fail when you do this. God's Son cannot vainly, though he try to force delay, deceive himself and think that it is hell he seeks. When he is wrong, he finds correction. When he wanders off, he's led back to his appointed task. Oh my God, and I have wandered off in the midst of doing these lessons and reading the text, and then I get completely off track, maybe even still doing these lessons, thinking that I'm going to find the peace of heaven in other trinkets, opportunities, and they always 100% leave me feeling completely empty. And then I go, they told me. They told me so. And I'm right back to here. But the here is the constant. It's not going anywhere and doesn't judge you when you stray. And again, you're not sacrificing anything. You can get everything. You can accumulate all your trinkets, but you will realize it's empty, valueless. They will not fill your heart. And then you realize, let me go back to the lesson. And it's going to remind you of what truly feels whole. Because that's what we are attaining, is oneness, wholeness, atonement, at one mint. Atonement is to clean you out so that only light is revealed. No one remains in hell, for no one can abandon his creator nor affect his perfect, timeless, and unchanging love. He's here. This is always here. It represents, it speaks, it's channeling God's words of an unchangeable love. You will find heaven. You will find heaven. Everything you seek but this will fall away, yet not because it has been taken from you. It will go because you do not want it. You will reach the goal you really want as certainly as God created you in sinlessness. Why wait for heaven? It is here today. Time is the great illusion. It is past or in the future. Yet this cannot be if it is where God wills his Son to be. How could the will of God be in the past or yet to happen? What he wills is now, without a past and wholly futureless. It is as far removed from time as is a tiny candle from a distant star, or what you chose from what you really want. Heaven remains your one alternative to this strange world you made and all its ways, its shifting patterns and uncertain goals, its painful pleasures and its tragic joys. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attacks itself is not of him. He did not make two minds, with heaven as the glad effect of one, and earth the other's sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. The previous lessons, right? There's nothing in this world that I want. There's nothing in this world that I want. Beyond this world, there's a world I want. Right? And there, you cannot see two worlds. This is really merging, as all of these lessons do, merging with the previous two. There's nothing that this world can offer that you truly want. They might be byproducts when you really join in your holiness to yourself as the creator, as one in God, and you connect with others in their holiness. There is no love or joy. Nothing in this world can produce that kind of love and joy. Nothing. Nothing except the truth of what we are, all of us. In that remembrance, in that awareness, nothing can provide those feelings of abundance. I mean, and you might be creating a whole lot of abundance when you really start to clean yourself out, but you're going to realize these are just byproducts. But your true source of happiness is coming from your connection as the creator, with the creator, of the creator. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attacks itself is not of him. He did not make two minds, with heaven as the glad effect of one and earth the other's sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. Sorry, I repeated. God does not suffer conflict. I realize sometimes when I repeat, I'm meant to repeat it. So I'm going to trust that whenever my eyes go back to a part in the passage that I just read, that I'm meant to reread it. Because it really, I need to nail it down as well. I got to nail it down in here, not just here. And sometimes I find difficulty in that. God does not suffer conflict, nor is his creation split in two. How could it be his son could be in hell when God himself established him in heaven? Could he lose what the eternal will has given him to be his home forever? Let us not try longer to impose an alien will upon God's single purpose. He is here because he wills to be, and what he wills is present now, beyond the reach of time. Today we will not choose a paradox in place of truth. How could the Son of God make time to take away the will of God? He thus denies himself and contradicts what has no opposite. He thinks he made a hell opposing heaven. He believes that he abides in what does not exist, while heaven is the place he cannot find. Leave foolish thoughts like these behind today and turn your mind to true ideas instead. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth, and it is truth we seek to reach today. We will devote 10 minutes to this goal 3 times today, and we will ask to see the rising of the real world to replace the foolish images that we hold dear, with true ideas arising in the place of thoughts that have no meaning, no effect, and neither source nor substance in the truth. This will acknowledge as we start upon our practice periods, begin with this. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. For several minutes, watch your mind and see, although your eyes are closed, the senseless world you think is real. Review the thoughts as well which are compatible with such a world and which you think are true. Then let them go and sink below them to the holy place where they can enter not. There's a door beneath them in your mind which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. I mean, really, it's asking for you to get into a meditative state for those few minutes and allow your mind to visualize all the things that you think this world is made of. These illusions of what is success, what is love, what is valuable through TV and social media, what we see online, the commercials, all this marketing, and let it all come up. And then just release them all and really go deeper in through the temple doors and allow and walk in and visualize walking through those temple doors to see what it is that is true. Seek for that door and find it, but before you try to open it, remind yourself no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. And it is this request you make today. Nothing but this has any meaning now. No other goal is valued now nor sought. Nothing before this door you really want, and only what lies past it do you seek. Put out your hand and see how easily the door swings open, with your one intent to go beyond it. Angels light the way so that all darkness vanishes, and you are standing in a light so bright and clear that you can understand all things you see. A tiny moment of surprise, perhaps, will make you pause before you realize the world you see before you in the light reflects the truth you knew and did not quite forget in wandering away in dreams. You cannot fail today. There walks with you the spirit heaven sent you, that you might approach this door someday and through his aid slip effortlessly past it to the light. Today that day has come. Today God keeps his ancient promise to his holy son, as does his son remember his to him. This is a day of gladness, for we come to the appointed time and place where you will find the goal of all your searching here, and all the seeking of the world which end together as you pass beyond the door. Remember often that today should be a time of special gladness, and refrain from dismal thoughts and meaningless laments. Salvation's time has come. Today is set by heaven itself to be a time of grace for you and for the world. If you forget this happy fact, remind yourself with this. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Amen. It really does sometimes feel like you are not a good course student, you're forgetting lessons, you're not doing it at the time suggested or recommended, getting very distracted, ego is up in arms, you're going through so many emotions, you're trying to find solace, salvation, love, comfort in things that you are addicted to. And I'm not talking about traditional addictions, but just regular life stuff that we have become addicted to find the peace of heaven here. Doom scrolling. You know, I am guilty of, I love a little Netflix, and I love bad reality television. I do. I love it. I feel some weird comfort sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But I catch myself, and it's a matter of, okay, I'm doing the best I can here, but I know my intention is upward. I am looking to create heaven on earth. I am tired of living in my own private hell of just these ego-centric emotions, and I don't want to distract myself anymore. I don't do social media anymore. I mean, this is it. I still do a little Netflix and like Bravo stuff, but I'm getting there. But I don't feel so bad about it anymore because I do look beyond it. And funny enough, especially when I watch like the reunions for the Bravo shows, I find myself kind of giving more grace to everybody on stage, all the cast members that are really just like going through it. They've got all the money, they've got the cars and the houses, and what seems to be, even if you go on their social media, I do not, but I can only imagine their picture perfect lives. But they're struggling to find their heaven on earth, and they're looking for it in these friendships. But these are not holy relationships. These are special relationships, and they want to gather with others to strengthen their position, maybe against another friend group, another individual. And there's a whole lot of guilt going on with everybody they're coming in contact with, either to try to form that alliance against another individual. So even within that alliance, there's a lot of guilt, a lot of heavy burden and expectation that just doesn't need to be there. And all of it can be transformed into holy relationships, all of their relationships. When they start to remove the ego and know, hey, I've been not great in this relationship, and I'm going to take myself off the cross and stop beating myself up and stop playing this deflection game. And I'm going to just say, I'm not going to act like an a-hole anymore. It doesn't feel good. It's not who I am. It's not my truth. And as I do that, I'm going to let everybody else off the cross. And we're going to try and transform this in a holy relationship. And if they can reflect that same light, you got yourself a holy relationship. If they cannot, that's okay. You can still see their truth and look beyond their egoic activities. I know I'm just talking about like reality TV, but I'm transforming even my viewing time into an opportunity for me to practice forgiveness. Because we can get pretty triggered even watching these shows and even begin to start like forming very strong emotions towards these individuals who I've never met, probably will never meet. But now I look at these cast members completely different. And I see them hurting, all of them, in some way, shape, or form hurting, because people that are projecting, they're hurting. The ones that can just sit and have a soft smile, not a condescending one, and just say, I see you, I feel your hurt, and I'm going to give you the space to process everything, but I don't want to be a part of the hurting anymore. I'm sorry. When I'm watching, it's like I'm almost giving myself that, it's like I'm using that time. I'm trying to use that time constructively. And, like forgive. I never used to forgive Bravo people. Never. Okay. Anyways, off tangent a little bit, but no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. So keep going, stick with it, fall, get up, dust yourself off, and keep going again. And do it over and over until you feel some relief, some space. But I know you can do it. Thank you for joining me today. Feel free to like, subscribe, share if you feel somebody you know or a couple of groups of people would benefit from this content. But thank you for joining me. If you stuck through this, I appreciate you. I love you. Until next time, till the next lesson. Take care.